Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Angela and this is My Precious Yarnery. Today we're going to do a tutorial on this cute little tee that I made. So this is adorable and I love it. So what yarn I use for it, I use this yarn, it's from Italy. Now, it is about a 1-weight yarn. I used about 1,100 meters and about 1,221 yards approximately. Like I had 10 full balls and I used 8 plus a little bit. So where I got this yarn from, now this is about a 1-weight yarn. So, and it's 100% cotton. You can use whatever yarn you'd like. I got this from Sandy over at Crochet A Canada. I will link her channel below. She has a store. And I believe I'm sure she still has more of this cotton. So if you'd like to get this cotton for her, she will ship it to you. So I will link her channel below. And yes, I hope you enjoy it. Now for the measurements, this is all custom. I don't give you exactly measurements. Now I made my 2 panels with a stitch count of 90 of each panel. This is about a large. Medium, large, it's beautiful. So you can add sleeves if you want. I didn't. So how to measure this, I take my chain, I give you the stitch count, everything you need in the first part of the tutorial. I take my chain and I put it around the widest part from like my chest from here to here, right in the middle of, around my sides. And that's how I gauge how wide I need my panels to be. Also for my arms, I just measure all the way around my arms and then I divide that in half and give me a little bit of length, and that's how much space I need for my arms. And your arms are, and you just sew from here to here. That's all the sewing there is in this, guys, just on each side. And then I did a little sleeve, very tiny, halfway around, a little frilly sleeve. So I hope you really enjoy this tutorial. Thank you, Sandy, for the yarn, and I will see you all later. Bye, everyone. Okay, guys, let's get started. First, you're going to need yarn, you're going to need a hook, you're going to need scissors, and you're going to need a tapestry needle. Now, oh, and you're going to need stitch markers, guys. That's what you're going to need for this. Now, the yarn I'm using, I had it sent to me by a dear friend of mine, Sandy, from Crochet A Canada. It is made in Italy. And here's all the stats for it. It's a cotton. It's I believe she still has some in her store, so I will leave her link below if you want to get a hold of her and see if you would like this yarn. Now, any 1-weight cotton would do. Yeah, so that's what I'm using. I will be using my Wool Genie for assistance with this yarn, and got a knot, of course. And I'm going to be using a 4.5 hook with it. Now, I told you how to make your measurements, because this is going to be custom to you or whoever you're making it for. So you have to make as many chains as you need for it to be around the front of you, the widest part of your front, whether it be your chest, your hips, or above your hips, your stomach. And you're going to be doing an even number of stitches. Now I'm going to be making about a large, so I'm going to be doing 90 stitches, 90 chains. So I start with the slip knot and I do 1, 3, 4, 5, and I will meet you back when I have my 90 chains. Okay, so I have my chain of 90, and what I'm going to do is a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Now I always turn mine. You don't need to. I get to put it in the lump there. So I'm just going to do a single crochet. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do, just see if I can find, there it is, my little pointer. Now we're going to be doing 3 single crochets together. So the first one you're going to go, so you have your single crochet, you're going to go back into that loop, pull your yarn through, then go into the next stitch, your next chain, pull your yarn through, and then go in the next one and pull your yarn through. And that leaves 4 loops on your hook. Wrap your yarn and pull all through all of those. Then you do a chain 1. Try to make that as loose as you, well, not as you can, but make it so it's kind of loose, because you're going to be working into that. So again, you're going to go right into the stitch you just did all your last loop through. Pull it through your next stitch, pull your yarn through, and then your next chain, your chain, pull it through. 4 loops on the hook. Wrap your yarn, pull through all 4, and then wrap your yarn and do a chain. So let's see if I can show you. Now, of course, we're going to be going, so we go into here, your last, right into there, your last chain that you worked in. You go into there, then you go into the next chain, and then the next chain. And you do that all the way along. So again, into there, then your next chain, and then your next chain. 4 loops on the hook, wrap your yarn, pull it through, and then just keep doing that all the way down. Oh, see, don't forget your chain 1. You need that because you're going to be working into that, and then work that all the way down, working in those back, while I work in those back bumps, and then a chain 1. Okay, do that all the way down until you have two chains left, and I'll meet you at that point. Okay, so I have 2 chains left, so I'm just going to keep going to what I was doing to make those 3 single crochets together. But your last stitch, you do not do a chain. You put a single crochet back into the last stitch. So you do a single crochet there. Then you chain 1 and turn. It's always the same at the start and in the beginning. So this will be your repeat pattern. So we're going to skip this. Let's see if we're going to skip here, this right in here. We're going to skip there, and we're going to go right into this one. And you're going to go your 3 crochets together. Now there's your chain stitch. Don't make that too tight, because then it'll be hard to get into. And then your last stitch, and then your single crochet. And that's how you do all the way in, and I will meet you at the end, just so we can go over how to end and start the row. Now remember about your chain stitch. And to know if you've got your count right and your stitches are going right, your second loop that you're pulling up is always in your chain. So you work your second one is always in your chain. That's how I remember if I'm got my count right here. So just keep going all the way down. And make sure you put your chain in, your chain one at the end of the stitch. And I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I have 2 stitches left. It may not look it, but there's 2 stitches there. So I go into my last stitch and then I'm go into that. Now this one's going to be a little tough because it's your beginning one. So it's finicky, guys. Just get it in there as best as you can. So then you have 3 stitches or 4 loops. Do not do your chain 1, do a single crochet, then chain 1 and turn your work. Now we're not going into that loop, but we're going into that stitch, a single crochet. And then you start your pattern again. And then your chain 1. So then you go into your last stitch, your chain 1, and then your next stitch, and then you got 4 loops on the hook. Wrap your yarn, pull all through. Now if you have trouble seeing them this way, if you turn them, you can see all your stitches there. And then chain 1. I hope you can see this okay. I didn't even pink background, pink yarn, you know. Okay, so do this all the way at the end, and I will come back at the end of this row and show you again one more time how to start and how to finish a row and how to start a row. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I put a white piece of paper down so maybe you can see it better. So at the end, there are 2 stitches left. Promise you, they're there. So you go into your last stitch, your chain 1, and then your last stitch right there. Do not put, at your last one, do not put a chain 1. You're going to put a single crochet into this last stitch. Then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to turn. And then you're going to work into this one, I always call that the first stitch. You're not working in that one. You're working in the next one. So go right into that, do a single crochet, and then start your pattern. So you always end with a single crochet and start with a single crochet. And I will be making 37 rows, and I need 2 panels. So I will see you back after I get my 2 panels completely done to show you how to sew it all together. Okay, so I want you to lay out your 2 panels, right side facing each other, inside here. So your right side there and your right side on there. Put it that way. Then measure your arm around your upper arm and see where you need to put your stitch markers. So I did, and I wanted to put it for 7 inches. Then I have a stitch marker there. So I will sew all along here, and that will create your armholes. on both sides. Okay, so I have my sides sewn now. So what's next is the top. So there will be my neck. I have measured it from 5 inches from corner to 5, and on that side the same way with my stitch markers in. So that would leave my neck, I like a bigger neck, like lots of room. That would leave this about a little over 9 inches, which is perfect. So sew those and then we'll be coming back for the trim. Okay guys, so we're gonna start on the trim. So this will be the bottom part of your garment, your top. So I'm gonna do, you can attach your yarn whatever way you're most comfortable with. I am gonna do a standing half double crochet, and I'm gonna start at the side where the seam, the seam, and we're gonna just put our yarn in. Now how you do a standing double crochet is you wrap your yarn, hold it so it doesn't, because if you don't hold it, it'll just roll. But you slip knot, you wrap your yarn and you hold it. So you got 2 loops on your yarn. Insert your hook, pull your yarn through. You got 3 loops and hold it as you can. 3 loops on your yarn. Wrap your yarn, pull through all 3, just like a half double crochet. And you're gonna half double crochet just now. The seam is the hardest part. So you're gonna half double crochet as evenly as you can all the way around. And yeah, just half double crochets. Easy peasy, right guys? Let's get in the so half double crochets. Let's see if I can get the camera a little better for you to see. So wrap your yarn, insert your hook, pull your yarn through, wrap your yarn, pull through all 3. So do that until you all the way around, and I'll meet you over here to show you how to join. Okay, so I made it all the way around. So where you're going to join, this is your tail, and this is my standing half double crochet. Right in there. So you just pull it, and you see there's 3 strands there, but you only want the 2 top ones, and you're going to slip stitch it in there. Just like that. Then you're going to chain 1. You're going to turn your work, and now we're going to be doing half double crochets, but front post and back post. We're going to start with the front post, half double crochets. So what you're going to do is wrap your yarn and go into do the front post, pull your yarn through, and then go through all those loops. Wrap your yarn again and go through the back post, do a back post half double crochet. And then front post, and then a back post. And you're going to do that alternating from front post, back post, all the way around. And I'll meet you at the beginning again. Okay, I made it all the way around. I'm going to connect it, and that first, see if I can connect it in that first chain. Then chain 1 and then turn your work. And now it's going to be easy. So wherever you see, so right here, this is a front post double. So you're going to wrap your yarn, pull your yarn through, and do a front post. Then it's a back post. And you just keep doing that all the way around. So where there's a front post now, look, I messed up, but I'm not going to tear it all apart to keep going. So that's fine. I'll do the front post and then I'll do another front post. It's at the seam. It won't make a difference. And then a back post. And then you're at a front post. So you do that all the way around, attach it, chain one, and turn. I'm going to do about, altogether, about 7 rows. You can do as many as you want. It's up to you. And I will be back when that's done. Okay, so I made it all the way around. And I'm going to just slip stitch it. And then cut my yarn. And then I will sew in all the ends. Now, altogether, I did 7 rows, including my setup row, my just half double crochets. So I did 7 rows altogether. Now, like I said, this is custom. You can do how many you want, whatever you want. Okay, so this is also, you don't have to do this part either, but I am going to do a single crochet all the way around the collar, just to, I like to just clean it up a little bit. So I do a slip knot or yeah. Then I always start in the seam and just do one. I'm going to just do 1 row, a single crochet, and I'm going to start with a standing single crochet. And then go into every stitch, and that, of course, that would be your chain there, and you go into that and just go all the way around. And then when you get over here, you slip stitch to join, and I will be back. Okay, so I made it all the way around, and I'm just going to slip stitch into my first stitch there. Chain 1 and cut my yarn, and then I will sew that, and that will make just doing the sleeves next, and we'll be back to do the sleeves. Okay guys, so all we have left to do is our sleeve. Now, there is so many ways you can do this. You can leave it as is. You can just put a single crochet around there, or you can do what you did at the bottom with the trim with the front post, back post. But I'm going to do something I have never done in my other YouTube tutorials or my other clothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out. So this is where your armpit goes, and this is the top of the trim. I'm going to put those together. I'm going to unroll this, and I got 2 stitch markers here. And I'm put where it folds, I'm going to put 1 stitch marker here. Now it doesn't have to be exact, but you know, try to do the best, but we just wing it around here. And then 1 stitch marker there. And then what we're going to do, we're going to get our yarn. We are going to do our slip knot. Maybe. And then I'm going to start here, I'm going to end over here, and I'm going to do single crochets. So I'm going to go right, see, I put that in a little deep, but that's fine. I just move up, and then I go into that space, and I put 2 single crochets in there. With the standing single crochet, or you can attach it the way ever you want. So 2 single crochets in there, In the next space right in here, 2 single crochets. And then right in here, 2 single crochets. And then in the next space, 2 single crochets. And then I want to put 2 single crochets in there. So do that all the way over. And yeah, you want them bunching. You want to make a little, like a little scallop and that. So when you reach over here, I'll be back. Now I've done it all. I've done my 2 single crochets in my spaces. Now I'm going to chain 1, turn, and then every spot start right there. You're just going to put a single crochet in each stitch. Not 2, just 1 single crochet in each stitch. Just like that. Very simple. Do that all the way across and I'll meet you at the end. So I made it all the way to the end again, so I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and then 1 single crochet in every stitch again. And this is the last row I'm going to do of it. And then at the end, when you're done this row, I'm going to chain 1 and cut my yarn. So what you'll get is a cute little sleeve, ruffled sleeve, halfway down your half. Now you can make it longer if you want. I just wanted a cute little ruffle. Okay guys, I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. If so, please subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you later. Bye everyone.